I'll tell you that the craziest story in LA is I was driving and I stopped at a red light, and in the car next to me, this is the true story, is Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes at a traffic light. So I look over and it's Tom Cruise, right? Because I'm not starstruck that he's but it's Tom Cruise. Okay, so I'm looking at him and he looks at me. And he looks at me like this. And I'm like, oh shit, he recognizes me or whatever. And then he rolls out the window and he's like, hey, do you know if the, and this is, I can't believe he said this to me, this is insane. It's like, do you know if the new Scientology church is it around here? You're like Jesus Christ in Scientology world, didn't you build that? I was thinking of something clever, like, oh, I'm Hindu, you're Scientology. All Hindus are rules and like run away, but I didn't say like anything. I literally was like, and then he's like, oh man, thanks. And then like his Bentley rolls in front of my Audi, and he takes a turn. But I've never understood to this day why the hell he asked me that question. And I wonder if he was literally trying to convert me on the spot on the train. I think he was. You know, that's a really good question. I think, I'm trying to think of the biggest thing I took away. I took away a lot of things, you know. It gave me a lot of confidence. Getting training and acting. Okay, the truth is, when the camera's rolling, all that shit goes out the window. Because no one cares, right? What are your resumes? If you're good, you're good. If you're not, you're not. Or if you're right for the role, you're right for the role. And if you're not, you're not. So, when I left grad school, I had this really definite idea about what good acting and what bad acting was. I was like, okay, if you can do this, if you can warm up this way, then you're going to be an actor like this. And all that shit went out the window. What I learned, the biggest thing I learned is that I have a bag of tricks. So like, if I'm doing a monologue, or if I'm in a play or audition for a movie, and I don't know how to access, I don't know how to get under the writing, I don't know how to make this my own, then I'm going to use all the tricks I learned in grad school to try and get in there emotionally. You know? And grad school really taught me to not have any inhibitions, which I think is really important in Los Angeles. Because a lot of people want to become stars or want to be famous and they want to be big actors, and I had all these dreams too. But they get into an audition room and they freeze up. Or they're like, hi, my name is Max, and it's just great to meet you, and you're not yourself. And what I learned in grad school is it's okay to be yourself, right? It's okay because they're only going to cast you if you're a real person. If you're a fake version of yourself, they see right through it. Because if you're a fake version of yourself, then you'll never be a real version of yourself on film or on camera. You know, there's no rule. When you walk into the audition room, you have to find a way to just be yourself. Because remember, the person sitting across the table is hoping that you are the next big thing, so that they can sign your name off on a piece of paper and have money to pay their own mortgage. So their job is to save their house payment. And your job is to get a house. So everyone's working together so that you have some stability in your life. So when you walk into the room, I promise you, they seriously are hoping you're the next big thing, because we automatically think that they're going to hate us, that they're judging us because we're fat, or we're thin, or we're brown, or we're white, or we're yellow, or we're not good enough, or we're too good, or whatever it is. But the truth is, they're praying to God that you walk in and you destroy and kill this audition and make it the happiest and safest and lovely night of their life, so they can go home and make love with their husband and feed their kids and feel happy about themselves that they found the next big thing. So when you walk into that audition room, remember, your only job, ever, always, is to control what you can control. I can't control what that person thinks about me. I can only control my hard work. I can only control the preparation. I can only control all of the research that I've done. I can only control how I'm feeling. That's all. So I only focus on what I can control. Even when I auditioned, you know, in grad school here, or when I was in undergrad in Portland studying theatre, audition, I never thought about, I wanted to get cast so badly that when I first got cast in my first play in Port Market, I cried. And when I didn't get Romeo, David Ingram, I cried. Sorry, no.
You can have it now.
Because I wanted it so badly. But the truth is, always, about anything, is it's your job as an artist to prepare as hard as you can. And never get complacent about that. Because I promise you, the second you slack off about that, there's 1,000 people waiting in the wings whose dreams are getting crushed who are waiting to take that role from you. You know, every time I go and I see an Indian actor, they all want my job. And I know that they're good. And I know that they're preparing as hard as I am, if not more. So when I see them again in an audition room, because I'm auditioning for everything like they are, they're looking at me saying, shit, he's here again, he's probably going to get this role because he's famous and shit. The truth is, it doesn't matter. Everyone is only as good as their last day. So when the camera's rolling, when you're in the audition room, it's equal. It is all equal. So only control what you can control, which is hard work, showing up on time. And the most important lesson that I've learned in Hollywood, seriously, is humility. I used to think that I knew it all. But the truth is, I know shit. I know jack shit. 6 years ago, I was watching people on stage talking and I was like, fuck man, one day I'm going to be there. And here I am 6 years later. This is the first day I stepped in Philadelphia. My first time I've been in Philadelphia in 6 years and I'm back on this stage because I dreamt about it. And a lot of people dreamt about it and didn't make it, right? They're still struggling. So I don't know what I did right or what I did wrong, but I think what I did right is you can't be an asshole and be a good actor. And if you are, it's not going to last long. Because if you live your life in your iPhone, or on your iPad, or in your computer, then, and I struggle with this now, all the time, if you don't live your life, if you live your life with blinders on, how are you ever going to step, how are you going to step in anyone else's shoes and recreate something? You're never going to, right? So, as much as like opening a door for someone, or saying please, or saying thank you, or connecting with human beings on a daily basis, if you don't have that, forget about being an artist. Because there's no point. Because then what is the point of anything? If all you're doing is just trying to make it and telling everyone to shove off, then don't do anything in life, right? So I keep telling people, you have to start at the base level. You have to start with working hard and being a good person. Because when you walk in the audition room, if you're an asshole, they'll see it. If you're a bad, mean, conniving person, they'll see it. All that shit is transparent on television. And people have this stigma about LA that everyone's mean and nasty, and everyone's... The people that are mean and nasty are the people that are not working. Those are the people that are producers who are basically just trying to get in your pants. Right? Seriously, there's full of them. I'm an agent, I'm a producer, here's my card. Shut off, really? You can go on IMDb, you know, IMDb Pro, what's what I use, and you can literally just find out what agency is legit and what's not. It's so easy, guys. When I was in undergrad even, I never understood what Variety or Hollywood Reporter or any of these things were. I never understood them, but I read them. I read them because it made me feel a part of the community. I had no idea. I read it to this day. I read every day. I read the news, all of the entertainment news. I read all the Broadway reviews. I watch every single television show is on my DVR because I have to watch it once. So just because you're not acting or you're not auditioning for shit, it doesn't mean that you can't be part of the community. Everyone is part of the community, and it starts here. It starts here every day. If it doesn't start here, then it's not like one day you're going to wake up and say, okay, you know what? Now I'm an actor. Fuck that. I mean, every day you should be reading. Just go to Variety.com and read it. It will not make sense to you. It won't. Watch movies, watch television, watch plays. If you don't immerse yourself in that community, if you just like, then there's no point. You have to be a part of that community, and it starts here. You know, because there's too many people that are too good. And everyone here is good. That's the beauty. It's like it's awesome to be here because everyone here is good. It's just a matter of immersing yourself into that world. And it's a very easy choice. Instead of like logging, I love Facebook, I'm addicted to Facebook, but instead of logging into Facebook for 5 minutes, get your ass on HollywoodReporter.com and read the reviews of the 2 movies that are coming